A covert narcissistic wife or girlfriend will ruin your happiness, success, and if given enough time, your life. Her emotional and mental abuse causes permanent physical damage to your brain, which will negatively alter your behaviors, self-confidence, self-worth, and outlook in life. Over time, you may not even recognize yourself as a person you once were. If you suspect your wife or girlfriend to be a covert narcissist, listen up. For knowing a covert female narcissist behaviors can validate you are not crazy, that her behaviors is not your fault, and help you deal with her better. Many covert female narcissists use shopping to cope with their emotions and are very bad with money. They spend indiscriminately to make themselves feel better, sometimes draining their finances before the month's end. You will constantly need to bail her out or take over her financial responsibilities at the cost of your own financial goals. Her emotional spending can leave you both in financial trouble. If you try to address her wasteful spending or try to impose financial boundaries, you will face emotional outbursts, silent treatments, withholding of affection, and even threats of leaving you until you give in to her demands. Covert female narcissists give little forethought to the future. She will spend her last money on things that give instant gratification and then run out of gas the same day, or have her electricity cut off for non-payment. To her, suppressing her negative emotions is more important than anything else. As she has an image of perfection to maintain, she frequently conceals her financial issues, especially during the early stages of a relationship. It is not until later that you may discover that she brought a significant debt into the relationship. She may not disclose this debt even after marriage, leaving you to deal with overdue accounts and debt collectors showing up unannounced. In some cases, a covert female narcissist will seek out wealthy individuals and marry solely for financial gain. Some will even plan a divorce strategy before tying the knot. A covert female narcissist typically suffers from profound insecurities and low self-esteem, despite her outward appearances. She harbors a fear of being exposed as inadequate, which leads to resentment toward those who appear happier and more successful than her. She is often deeply dissatisfied with her life and is compelled to complain non-stop or find fault with everything. Nothing you do is ever good enough for her, and she rarely shows any gratitude for anything you do or buy for her. She may even on purpose damage stuff you buy her or refuse to use it just to deny you the pleasure of trying to make her happy. A female covert narcissist uses external stimuli to regulate her emotions. Creating drama and arguments excite her and make her feel alive. It also makes her feel powerful and important if she can make you angry. Without external stimuli, she feels emotionally empty and bored. She will prod until you react, spontaneously accuse you of something, or intentionally misunderstand something you said just to create an argument. She will also continue to do things she knows irritate you, no matter how many times you ask her to change. Such as, she will constantly on purpose leave her phone at places and lie about having it with her when you ask her in the car, costing you to later go back looking for it. Often she will try to get you angry or upset in public, such as, when ordering at a restaurant, she will order something you dislike. Then when the food arrives, she swaps her plates around and takes your food. Or she asks, "How is your food?" And when you say something positive, such as, "This is the best hamburger I ever had," she tries to start a fight by saying, "Oh, so my cooking is not good enough for you?" If you say something negative, such as, "The hamburger is a bit dry," she tries to start a fight by saying something like, "Well, you should not have ordered it then," as if you knew it was going to be not to your liking. Or she will disagree with anything you say, such as about the place or the waiter. It's like she is monitoring every word you say for an opportunity to belittle, insult, or devalue you, or to start an argument. And if that does not spoil your fun, she will find something to complain about, such as, her scrambled eggs is not hot enough, even though she has been ignoring eating it for the last 10 minutes. So she sends it back only to complain it's too dry when the waiter returns it. It is as if she is on a mission to make everyone just as miserable as she is. A covert female narcissist's disdain for happiness includes seeing others happy as well, as it reminds her of what she cannot have. She will lie and gossip in an attempt to break the relationship up. Some will even try to seduce the other woman's husband and sleep with him just to break the relationship up. If he rejects her advances, she may even lie about sleeping with him just to ruin the relationship. She may even go so far as to plant evidence, such as an earring in his car or wallet. For a covert female narcissist does not care if she rips a family apart with her lies and treachery, as long as she gets her way and protects her fragile ego, which makes her extremely competitive. She just hides it very well. In her world, you are either her ally or her enemy, and you can be degraded from ally to enemy in an instant just by saying the wrong thing or making her look bad in any way. She is extremely sensitive to other females who outshine her in the areas that matter to her. This could be another woman who is better looking than her, wearing a better outfit, having a better looking husband, or even having a worse illness than her. Her rivalry extends to her family, and she will often emasculate her partner by constantly belittling him and telling him how he fails to live up to her expectations and how other men are better than him. She may compare him to her exes or just an idealized version of a man she created in her mind. She will constantly find fault with what he does and frequently disagree with anything he says. She always knows better than him about anything and loves to remind him of his shortcomings and failures. She may say things like, "I can't believe I ended up with someone as useless as you." She may see her daughter as a threat to her status and power and can actively sabotage her daughter's life. To maintain power over a partner, the covert female narcissist will try to isolate her partner from anyone who supports him. Unless she gets on well with his family, she will try to turn him against his own family or isolate him from them by refusing to go to his family or creating such drama that they are not invited over. She will also try to isolate him from any of his friends who support him. If she has to, she feels nothing of threatening to or actually making false allegations against him to get her way, maintain power, or evade responsibility for her actions. She has no remorse for the devastating consequences her false allegations may cause. She may also threaten to leave her partner as a manipulative tactic. Many men will rather stay in an abusive relationship than be financially ruined, risk losing access to their children, or face false allegations. While some covert female narcissists are hyper-focused on their looks to the extent that they will have multiple surgeries to enhance their looks, many care very little about their body. They may be either severely underweight or severely overweight. But what is common is that they eat very unhealthy and often suffer from multiple illnesses that they have to take a host of medication for. The issue comes when you try to address her poor diet, as she absolutely refuses to make any changes or acknowledge that her lifestyle could be the problem. Her illnesses are a source of attention and validation for her. Thus, she has no incentive to take care of herself. Many partners make the mistake of constantly trying to cheer the narcissist up and make her happy. But she doesn't want to be happy. Her misery brings her the attention and validation she wants. She may also not care about dressing decently even when going out and may have very poor hygiene. Even so, she often thinks Aphrodite has nothing on her. Because covert female narcissists are mostly driven by their emotions that they struggle to control, they are hypersensitive to criticism. However, they may not always show it, but can rage inside and plot revenge for days and weeks on end. And that over a trivial thing or even an imaginary insult. She sees no distinction between her actions, beliefs, choices, and her value. If you criticize anything about her, even if it's just to show her a better way of doing something, you are attacking her core identity and worth as a person. To disagree with anything she says is rejecting her thoughts, which is akin to rejecting her, which will trigger her extreme fear of abandonment and rejection, resulting in a flood of emotions she does not know how to healthily deal with. This can be very confusing to her partner who may be trying to help her, as her partner might think they are doing a good thing by trying to give helpful, constructive criticism or trying to correct her mistakes, only to be met with rage and utter defiance. Often the narcissist will continue in her destructive ways or do the total opposite to the advice she received in an attempt to disprove that she was wrong. She will often ruin her life or let opportunities for advancement pass rather than take advice from others. If she does take action on the advice, she will normally claim it was her own idea. It can be utterly infuriating to have to listen to her constant complaining, only to be met with rage and anger when you suggest a solution. For she does not want a solution, she just wants attention. Some get attention and resources from people by constantly playing the wounded bird routine and have people do things for them that she could do for herself. A covert female narcissist has no respect for anyone's boundaries and often demands she knows every single detail of her partner's life while refusing to share much about hers. Her entitlement makes her believe that everyone lives according to her timeline. She believes that she can show up anytime she wants and she must be welcomed, and that when she is ready to go, everyone else must immediately be ready, while when she is not ready or does not feel like going out, no one else is allowed to go out. She has no respect for other people's beliefs or customs and have an utter disregard for personal space. She will shamelessly intrude in other men's personal space to get attention without the slightest regard for anyone's feelings. She may make advances to men and be offended when they are not interested in her. She believes that when she chooses, no man can say no to her. One of her favorite manipulation tactics is to withhold affection and sex as punishment for not getting her way. Silent treatments are a national sport for her, as well as triangulation. Shaming and guilt-tripping is just part of her day-to-day behaviors and often used out of habit. The narcissist is also too insecure and have too low a self-view that she would ever trust that you will give her what she wants out of love for her. Thus, she will continue to resort to manipulation tactics to get even the most trivial thing from you, even if you would have gladly given it to her out of love. She expects you to let her down, as she knows she is projecting a false image to you, while you expect her to trust you because you love her. The fact is that she knows you love the false image she projects, and fears that you will realize the truth and then discard her. So she has to keep you emotionally unbalanced, so you focus on the drama she creates and thus is blind to the truth. A covert female narcissist has a twisted view of love. She has been hurt and let down, real or imagined, by her parents who were supposed to love her. So she equates pain with love. She often pushes her partner to hurt her as she thinks she deserves to be hurt, and because it is a familiar feeling for her. It is a twisted way for her to feel safe. Even if she doesn't seek pain, she expects anyone who says to her that they love her to at some point betray and hurt her. So she treats people as if they have already done it, which creates a self-fulfilling prophecy for her beliefs. Because these beliefs are deeply rooted in her mind, it is not something that will change without extensive inner work, often with a trained professional. Learn more about narcissism by watching the video suggested to you right now.